handsome as I am, standing in front of you naked. Except that obviously I did that in one of the earlier videos. Now we're going to have a little, whilst we wait for everyone to arrive, we're going to have a little kind of welcoming a fan who's just come back from her evening women's group. She's probably going to pick up a small child and exit upstairs, possibly with something to eat. So it's all good. What have you been doing this evening while you waited for this fantastic session to start? Let me know in the comments. Let me see if Fan is here. There she is. She'll no doubt say hello in a minute when she's taking her coats off. Let me know you're here. Elisa's here. Fantastic. Good, good, good. Michelle is here. Michelle, you're not asleep yet? Big up. Good, good, good. Very, very good to have you with us. Very excited for this session. It really is the culmination of a lot of things we've been doing. And it's also powerful enough that if you haven't managed to catch every session, you're still going to be able to take a huge amount from it. And it will also inform your thinking as you go back and catch up on the other sessions. That was fun.
Oh, hello.
You're going to say hello? You need to actually come on the Facebook Live one as well.
Do I? Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Hi.
Cool. All right, good, good, good. Cameron's here. Fantastic. Michelle, well, you know, the gauntlet has been thrown down. Can I be so captivating that you're not going to fall asleep? Nice. Bex has been designing some business cards. Bex, if you're thinking either or, you know, if you've got a few designs you're pondering over, obviously ping them in the group. Let us give you some feedback. Not that obviously we'd be any more expert than someone who's a graphics expert like yourself, but I guess there's something in the wisdom of crowds. I always remember that story, a book that I didn't actually finish reading called, I think it's called The Wisdom of Crowds. And there was this kind of fair, like, you know, you get the country fairs. And one of the stalls at this country fair was guess the weight of the cow. And something like, you know, 200 people over the course of the day guessed the weight of this cow. And when this guy went home, he took an average of all the people's guesses, and it was the exact weight of the cow, indicating, therefore, that collectively we have a higher level of intelligence than each of us individually. So yeah, Bex, if you want to get some feedback from on your cards, then give us a shout. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're here. Didn't think you'd be talking about cows. Edwin is here. Fantastic. Edwin, are you in the hub this evening, or are you Facebook living it? Wherever you are, it is very good to have you with us. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So yeah, whilst we're waiting for, you know, just what we got. Let's give it another couple of minutes. Hello, Elise. What does the word branding mean to you? What does that mean? You know, if I said, oh, it's the brand. What does that mean to you? Interested to get your take on it as we kind of crack into this session. So what does branding mean to you? What does the word brand mean to you? And shortly, I'll probably blossom into a slightly more energetic, high volume version of myself. But I'm aware there's a small sleeping child over there. On Facebook, you couldn't see me on the hub the other night. Ooh, interesting. I hope the recording's been okay. I'll have to check that. Fantastic. Well, Edwin, it's fantastic to have you with us. Good, good, good. So yeah, what does branding mean to you? Identity. Nice. Okay, cool. All right. Lisa's going for identity. Cool. And guys, if you'll want the page in the workbook that is called Jesus. It's called Brand You. Okay, so if you haven't got that, just grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I'll talk you through it as well. Okay, and I hope you can hear me okay over the sound of lemons being squeezed. We're very high tech in this house. We've got like a lemon squeezer. It is actually a blessing. But if you're wondering why does it sound like Fan is like getting minced in the other room, that's what's going on. So cool. What does branding mean? What does branding mean? Let me know. Let me know. Elise, go for identity. You know, Bex, you've been in that world, been super high up in that world. What does that mean for you? Branding. Hello, Karen. Very good to have you with us. Cool. Nice. Excellent. We've got a good number. Good number. I'm loving this. Hopefully, I'll be energetic enough to let Michelle be fascinated. Recognition in an instant, both positive and negative. Oh, okay, cool. So that's branding for Cam. Nice. Recognition in an instant. I keep cutting out. That's so upsetting. That's so upsetting. Am I cutting out for anyone else? Come on, internet. Don't mess with me. Maybe it's because loads of people are watching some various football thing, and therefore the load on the overall football in the what's it call it on the bandwidth is crazy. Identity put that in public. Good. Okay, cool. Hey, did anyone else see this? Am I the only one who sees this? There's a little thing that comes up saying conversation starter, 10 comments so far. Is Facebook telling me that I'm a conversation starter? Is that like being a fire starter, like Prodigy? One day I'll show you my graduation photo. If you've watched the fire start video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Cool. Small thing still there. But you can see I'm like chomping at the bit to be like, let's get into this. Well, I think, let's crack on. So I can do that without being super crazy. You guys are probably going, oh, great, my ears, they're getting a bit of a rest. It's nice. I can interact with George in a human way, not this kind of crazy version of George. So why is this session so important? Because we're really going to connect into what a brand is. Okay, we're really going to connect into what a brand actually is, particularly in this era of the new story. Okay, and the new story is built on what is called social capital. And we're going to pause that note there. We're going to say goodbye to a small child. Oh, he's big and sleepy. He's all sleepy. Bye-bye. All right, nice. So guys, we're getting some good stuff on branding. So Karen's saying identity in a human way, readily recognized. Good. All right, cool. So here we go. Let's do this. Let's get into this. This is session number 25 of Creative Ignition, and this is, I'm so excited to give you this session because it really is going to bring everything together. So branding. Where was it? Yes, new story. The new story is built on what is called social capital. Some of you may have heard that term before. A couple of years back, it was quite a cool kind of buzzword. In the same way that, Jesus, I can't think of a popular buzzword right now. But what is social capital? Social capital is, it's a kind of combination of your reputation and the kind of influence you have, the way people view you. And it obviously, therefore, is very, very closely tied up into branding. But where kind of we're going with this is in the new story. It used to be the case that if a company wanted to get their message out there, they'd buy up some TV adverts and they'd be like, come and buy my stuff. Hey, you. And so from a marketing perspective, that was what is called a broadcast model. Whereas we've now shifted, largely through the kind of just massive ubiquity of social media to much more of a conversational model of marketing, which is like, hey, you heard about this thing? You heard about this thing? It's awesome, right? So, I didn't get onto Facebook where I'm interacting. I didn't get onto YouTube because I saw an advert for Facebook or YouTube. Like my mates are like, have you seen this thing? It's fucking awesome, right? So we are now making purchasing decisions. And Jesus, I've got some crazy stats to give you that I heard today. We're now making purchasing decisions, educational decisions, relationship decisions based not on someone broadcasting something to us, but on much more word of mouth, a more conversational approach. And so what that means is that your social capital, how you are viewed online and in the world, has never been more important, okay? And, it used to be the case, if you wanted to find a plumber or, say, a website designer, you'd look on the yellow pages, okay? Now, let me know if you've ever done this, or let me know if you've seen someone do this. Someone says on a Facebook comment, Facebook status, I'm looking for a website person. I'm looking for a graphic designer. Can anyone recommend someone good? And then if you happen to be a plumber or a website designer, one of your friends might tag you in a comment of that thing. And then you can reach out to that person, or that person can reach out to you. Let me know if that's happened, right? That is how we are getting found now. So what does that mean? Well, it means that when someone recommends you, that person, you're going to get checked out. So they're going to Google you. They're going to look at your Facebook profile, which means that if you've got photos of you stripping naked on a donkey, they're probably not going to choose you, okay? Because you would have undermined your social capital, okay? Your social capital would have been high enough for your friend or someone who, a previous client to recommend you. but then you having, stripping on a donkey is undermined that, right? So the stripping on the donkey element comes into what we're talking about when we talk about personal brand, okay? But can you see from this example of, I'm seeing, lots of people, yes, I've done that, yep, Beck said it, word of mouth is my main advertising. So does that kind of give you a sense of just how important it is that you are building a personal brand? You may also have a business or a company, like I know Cam has got his football academy, but ultimately, because of this social capital way that the new story is accelerating, where it's all based on word of mouth and recommendations, you've got to be the face of your business as well. People want to connect with the face, and they want to know what that person stands for. And that is what this session is about tonight, and why it's so important, because we live in a world of social capital now. Your eBay rating. Have you got 5 stars on your eBay rating? Has your book on Amazon got 5-star reviews? All of this is part of your social capital. People are basically asking a number of questions. Can I trust this person? Will they be able to do the job? Do I like them? Okay. Those are some of the fundamental questions on which social capital is based, and which you must answer for your potential supporters through your personal branding. Okay. Cool. Let me know if this makes sense. And we're going to kind of dive into what is a brand, and then we're going to, actually dive into the practical session. I want to make sure this is, we're just getting into it. Okay. So the social capital, importance of personal brand. That makes sense. Yes. Cool. I hope so. And you can kind of put a like on the comments or whatever if that is the case. So some people are saying, your brand is your identity. I've also seen people say, oh, your brand is your logo. And at the very foundation, hang on a sec, let me just see this comment that's come through. So we're seeing some likes. I've been talking about this today with Bex, who's an actress. She wants more projects to work on. I've been working on her brand. Everything be consistent. Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, this is something that I also need to work on. I had a session with Michelle, and she was like, look, across your social media stuffs, there's still some inconsistencies. So I recognize this isn't me saying I'm perfect at it. It's something that I need to kind of work on as well. But your kind of how you appear on absolutely, Michelle. But here's the thing, right? So Michelle, if there was no 5-star reviews, no one's buying that book, right? Just I would guess. Okay. Yes. Otherwise, it looks quite unrealistic. I guess that. But as a general rule, having some 5-star reviews is going to be positive for your personal brand. I hope you would agree with that. So yeah, how you show up on social media ultimately, though, it's like the shop window of your personal brand. So what I want to make sure we get from tonight's session is, the contents of that shop, so that when people actually choose to engage with you, perhaps choose to engage with some of your content, be that a YouTube video, or be that a book you've written or a report you've written, they can really get a sense of what you are as a brand. Okay. So cool. Let's get into this. So your brand, here is the kind of line. If you take nothing else from this session, take this. Okay. Your brand is your promise. Your brand is your promise. Okay. And actually, what does that mean to you? If I say your brand is your promise, what does that mean to you? Let's explore what that means, because I don't want you kind of to take this as me just kind of dishing out a piece of information. I'd love you guys to actually go, yes, that makes sense. So your brand is your promise. What does that mean to you? And I'm like, oh dear God, please somebody comment so I don't look like a tit standing here waiting for the delay to kick in. It's all good. Just about, self-assured enough to be able to sit here and wait for some comments. He says, getting nervous. Wow, must be quite a delay. All right, Cam has saved my. Nice. Fantastic. So your brand is your word. If you say something, you'll do it. It needs to invoke trust to be able to deliver what you're going to be delivering. Yes, absolutely. Cool. So all of these things, your commitment, good. So that word promise has got a kind of, it's really multi-layered, right? Because I've seen it all coming up here, right? So you've got, Karen saying it's your word. Bex's saying that it invokes trust. Okay, Elisa's like what you're going to deliver. Edwin's like your commitment, right? So it is. It's the fact that people can trust you. It's what you're going to deliver. So that promise is it's a really key word. Okay, and we're going to kind of flesh out from it. So it is your promise of value. It is what is the value you're going to deliver into the world, and your guarantee that you are going to deliver it as well. So I think I just seen Michelle's comment, which could be a great example of this. Brilliant. So Michelle's promise is to entertain, awaken, and remind people of their awesomeness through her stories. Okay, fantastic. And does she deliver on that? Yes, she's written 10 freaking books, right? So you can be damn sure that Michelle is delivering on her brand, right? And if you check her out, you can see all the consistency is there. So yeah, Michelle really taking on this personal branding very, very well. Okay, as I'm sure Michelle would say, it's been a journey for her because she's had various kind of facets to her brand, and now I feel like she's really on a point where she's kind of coherent with it all, and that is the key. One of the really big things I want to make sure you take from this session is an awareness of how all the different things you do can sit under this one promise. Okay, so for me personally, what is my brand is my promise. My promise of value is to help the human species create a better story of life on Earth. That is my fundamental promise, and which means that I will do that through sessions like this. I will do that through hosting, dining experience, through my performances. All of it is dedicated to me fulfilling my promise of helping to create a better story for life on Earth. Goes to Cal, my branding's in my company name, Soar. All right, nice. Okay, cool, good. So let's kind of start cracking into this, right? If you've got the playbook with you, open it at the brand new page. I'm going to kind of bring it up on the screen. I'm going to share my screen on the hub. I'm also going to switch the camera so you guys can see it as well. And we're going to go and just talk through it. That is not the page I want to be on, but it's good enough. How do I get there? There we go. All right. Okay, cool. So let me just shimmy around the camera for you guys on the Facebook thing. Woo! I can't quite do. Let's push that back a little bit. If I do that, there we go. Cool. Right. So let me make sure that. All right. Perfect. So guys, you can see that, and I'll shimmy it around as I need to. So in the center, and if you've just got a piece of paper, you can obviously just write these headings down, okay? So in the center, what is your promise of value? Write down, what is your promise of value? Cam, love it. So my promise of value is that I will help you soar. I will help you improve your skills, create opportunities, improve your attitude, and support you to reflect and therefore go forward as well. So what is your promise of value? And Michelle had got it brilliantly there. Promises to entertain and awaken and remind people of their awesomeness with my stories. Brilliant. And the aim of this, of filling out this sheet, is that ultimately you will be able to take your supporters or would-be supporters on a journey where you could start in any of these areas depending on how you begin the conversation, and elegantly, take your supporters through each of these areas so that they get a real sense of who you are, what you stand for, what you're known for, and where you're going. Okay, so definitely, if you fancy it, pop your promise of value into the comments. If you're having challenge, go, what is my promise of value? Then you could pause it. You could kind of leave that one for now, and it may well come through as we go through the other sections. Okay. So what is your promise of value? Let me just check. Is the hub? Yeah, good. The hub is the hub has got it all good. So fantastic. There we go. So yeah, your promise of value. My promise of value, to help you create a better story, and so help the human species create a better story of life on Earth. And you know, it may take a bit to kind of lock it down into a sentence that's as elegant as Michelle's. You know, mine's nowhere near as elegant as that. And so don't worry, maybe just make a few. What are the key words that are in that would be a part of your promise of value? And obviously, you know, we can come back and polish it as and when. Okay. So cool. That is, you know, it's really, that's the heartbeat of your brand. Okay. It is the thing that will, you know, that people talk about. It's the thing that gets reviewed. And so it's not necessarily your products, but it's what your products help to deliver. It's how your values, or how you kind of express your values. It's the way that you kind of live your core beliefs. All of this feeds into your promise of value. I make Michelle blush. Wow, that's good. Cool. Well, you know, I don't know, either. Good. It's always good to blush sometimes. Accept a compliment, roll with it. So let us go to your core beliefs, your why. Okay. So if you did the why, what, how exercise, seems like an age ago now, you can really harvest from there. So this section is about what do you believe? What do you believe that the world needs to know? So, you know, a couple of my examples would be, you know, I believe the world needs storytellers, that we live the stories we believe. So as a species, if we believe a story that is bound in scarcity, fear, violence, that is the world we're going to create. Whereas if we can have the courage to believe in a better story, one of abundance, one of love, one of joy, then we will start to create that in this world. So what are your beliefs? Another of my beliefs is that, you know, we need more play in the world. We need more fun, that these are the fuel of creativity and of flow. So what are your core beliefs? And, you know, what do you think is important? You know, what do you maybe believe that, you know, goes against the status quo? And another part of this as well is, you know, is why you do what you do, why you do what you do. So, you know, I mean, I'm just kind of off the top of my head, it could be something like, you know, if we were talking about Cam with his football academy, it could be that, you know, I believe that sport allows, you know, it's a great way to create not just talented athletes, but great human beings as well. And I believe the world needs great human beings if we're going to resolve some of the challenges we face. Okay. So, you know, straight away, people know why Cam does what he does, because, you know, he's committed to developing young people through sport. Brilliant, fantastic. So yeah, awesome. Cam's done an even better one than me again. So, you know, every child should be able to play grassroots sport without financial restraints. You know, that's such a, and so, you know, already I'll just use this as a bridge. So if we were talking about, you know, this is a kind of journey you can take your supporters on, right? So if Cam is saying, you know, fundamentally I help people to soar, which is to develop their skills, to create opportunities, to have the right attitude, and to be able to reflect. And you know, one of the reasons I do this is because I believe that every child should be able to play grassroots sport without financial restraints. And you know, that is where soar really comes from for me, because, you know, I see so many talented young players having their wings clipped because of financial restraints. So can you see already, I'm literally just making it up off the top of my head, but can you see how this can start to allow you to communicate who you are, what you stand for in such a powerful way? Obviously I'm slightly bigging myself up there, suggesting that was a powerful way, but I hope you can feel, you know, when Cam delivers it, obviously it will be way more powerful because it'll be his stuff. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, and it can go both ways as well. So it could be that, you know, someone asked Michelle, and Michelle's got, she's put one up now. It could be that someone asked Michelle, so, you know, Michelle, why do you do what you do? Well, I believe that people need to be reminded of their origins, and that awareness could improve the world. So what I do is I write books that help to entertain and give back people awareness of their origins, you see. So it can work both ways depending on where the conversation may start. Cam, of course I've read your business model, I believe, if that was the thing you said to me the other day. Cool. So it looks like we get what the why, the core beliefs, and that is really the foundation of it all. You know, some of you might have seen Harry on some of the sessions, and you know, Harry believes that, you know, everyone should get an opportunity regardless of their size, their geography, and you know, so that's one of the core beliefs that allows him to create these great football trials for people. Okay. So now we will go to your values. Let me shimmy this down a little bit. I can actually even rest my hand by resting that there. So your values, and this is, you know, this is, what are you known for? What are you known for in terms of your, so, you know, what are you known for? Yeah, you know, what are your values, but also what do people say about you as well? So, you know, so Michelle might be, you know, she's known for visionary fiction, and for, you know, angel readings, and for, you know, helping people to connect with the kind of a fuller part of themselves. Full is not quite the right word there, but you see what I mean? So, you know, for me, you know, what are my values? You know, I believe that, you know, I always try and share something around inspiration, education, and transformation. Those are three values that I really strongly believe in. Because inspiration can open up new paradigms for people. Education can really help to bring out what is within, and transformation is a process that is ongoing. And I believe that when we put ourselves in the right environment, transformation happens automatically. Okay. I'd also love to be known as someone who, you know, I guess people felt like they could vibe with, you know, decent human being, or, you know, that's always going to be a kind of one that's there for me as well, is to try and, you know, hopefully people didn't think I was a dick, you know, that's always a useful thing. So yeah, what are your values? You know, Harry's, the way he's built his business is honesty, ethics, transparency. Those, you know, and I've seen him turn down massive business opportunities because the opportunities didn't align with those values. And I've also seen massive business opportunities come his way because he's aligned with those values. So this is the kind of your core beliefs, your why, and your values. They're very much the kind of foundations and the pillars of whatever it is that you build. And also these can not just help people to know who you are, but they can guide the decisions that you make so that you build something that is long-term, that is a sustainable legacy, rather than just a kind of quick flash in the pan, you know, let's get the cash and get out of here. Brilliant. So Cam, yeah, absolutely. So Cam's not just not just concerned with the football, he's concerned with the whole child, not just the physical, but the human, the intellectual, the emotional. Brilliant. So, you know, what's one of Cam's values is, you know, the whole child. You know, that sums up one of his core values brilliantly. Okay. And as a result, you know, what are parents going to say? Oh, well, they're going to be like, oh, well, I love Cam's Academy because, you know, he's not just concerned with the whole child, but he's really concerned about the whole, you know, the intellectual, the emotional aspects as well. And, you know, as a result, it's so much more than an academy, right? And, you know, definitely one of the things I love to be known for is creating wow experiences, because, you know, I really believe that if we can help to create wows in the world, which sounds, you know, it sounds a little bit kind of bit twee or a bit trite. I never quite know what those words mean. But it is really important when we go, oh, wow, you know, we're inspired to then share that as part of our story as well. So, you know, that is why I believe that whys are very important as well. So definitely kind of the values, I place a very high value on creating wow experiences. All right, any questions, guys? Any questions? Brain's gone mushy, not sure what to put on values. Okay, cool. So, Michelle, if you did the why, what, how thing exercise, then, you know, simply in there, what you put in the middle section of that exercise would be, you know, would map straight onto your values. And it's also your reputation as well. You know, what do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known for that's more than money, basically, as well? So there's more than just your products. Cam, that's fantastic. You've got a review that actually says that on your Facebook page. And you know, what you I'm guessing you can now see, Cam, is that you can start to bring this into all of your marketing. So that, you know, also if you ask the parents, you know, what are some of your concerns around football academies and et cetera, then, you know, that's going to allow you to go, okay, cool, well, our values actually solve those issues. Cool. So yeah, Michelle, fear not, it'll come back if it needs to. Obviously, hit me up on Messenger or on a call to deal with it as well. So let us head over to your products. So this is how you serve, right? This is how you actually serve. And so, you know, what are your products? So Cam will be running, you know, an academy for the smallies. He'll also be running some team building events for corporates. Brilliant. Yes, Michelle, absolutely fantastic. Honesty, vulnerability, transparency. Wonderful. Wonderful. Those are certainly values. And, you know, you know, here's the thing, Michelle, you've got some super fans, right? So I remember Michelle told me a story where, you know, someone came across one of her books and then, you know, literally a day later, they'd read, you know, 8 of them. So what do your super fans say about you? What do they love about your books, about you? Because that's, you know, that's what goes in that section as well. You know, it's your reputation, it's your renown as well. So for your products, and this, you know, this could be everything from, you know, it could be kind of blog posts, podcasts. It could be, you know, physical things like your angel cards, you know, merchandise like clothing, T-shirts. So how do you show up in the world? How do you actually show up in the world in terms of what you do? That's where. Cool, you know, great stuff. So Michelle, you know, honesty, vulnerability, transparency, those are great starting points. And then, yeah, definitely ask them, you know, what do you love about my books? Because that way, again, you've then got much more kind of fuel to go out and say, hey, if you love books that do this, or if you want to feel like this, then check my stuff out, sort of thing. Okay. So yeah, your products is, you know, what, and also is your products is, what's the results you're giving people as well? What are the results you're giving people? And that, books, Oracle card, yeah, it's brilliant. So yeah, fantastic. Good. Michelle's got it locked down. So for me, what have I got? I've got my kind of my poetry performances, my gift poems, sessions like this, my mentoring, books, audiobook. And here's the thing, guys, and also, what if don't worry if you haven't created any products yet, or there's still more you want to create. What products would you like to create? What products you think, oh, it'd be awesome if I could create this? So definitely, you know, one of the things that I'm going to be bringing to the world over the next year or so is a play-based fitness offering. So along the lines of kind of CrossFit or Zumba. But one that's also really has a deep focus on kind of community cohesion, you know, getting parents, children, neighbors playing together, and at the same time keeping fit. So like basically having so much fun, they don't realize how many calories they're burning. I feel like there's a real gap in the market there, because it's either be really serious or it's, you know, well, basically, there's nothing, you know. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to be creating. And obviously, having said it now, it's definitely going to have to happen, which is brilliant. So yeah, you know, what would you love to create, even if you've not created it yet? Bex is going to CrossFit. Nice. Yeah, it is pretty intense, but it's like I have to say I haven't been. There's one that's about 25 minutes from me, I'm going to join that, because it's like, I saw one of my friends used to be like as skinny as I am, and the dude is like a monster now. And it's not just he's put on loads of crazy like bodybuilder muscle. He's like super fit. He could like run loads of places. He could like carry these big sacks. You know, if I was in a fire in my house, he could carry me out and then go back and like bring the sofa out as well. So it's like CrossFit's all about functional fitness. Like, can you actually be useful in the world as well? So yeah, Bex, check it out. It is quite intense though. It is quite intense. People are known to puke on their first couple of workouts apparently. So I look forward to that as well. So cool. You know, what would you love to create? And also, guys, with the products one as well, don't worry about whether you could create it all yourself. Who would you love to partner with to really build some great products? So, you know, Edwin, if you're still watching, like, if there was a product you wanted to create around your kind of love for motorcycling, and you could perhaps do this bit, well, who could you partner with? You know, who could do this bit and this bit, and then you've got a freaking awesome product, right? So, you know, there's, you know, throughout this community, there's definitely going to be, you know, collaborations happening where we're going to be able to add massive value to each other. So bear that in mind as well when you think of your products. You know, who could you partner with? Who would you love to partner with to help you do more? Yeah. So Michelle, definitely movies and TV series is, you like, you know, your work lends itself to that so well. And then finally, we go up to, I'll shimmy this down, your bigger vision, your bigger vision. So this is, you know, where do you want to be going? And it also links into what do you do that's bigger than money as well. Okay. Nice, Bex, fantastic. So art projects in the local community, good. That's fantastic. So if you're struggling to go, oh, what is my bigger vision? Here's a great kind of starting line. You go, complete this sentence, basically. Complete this. Way, there goes the ting. Right, we're back. So, art projects in your local community would be your bigger vision. Bex, I'm going to challenge you to go bigger than that. You know, what would those art projects in the community help you to achieve? That's the thing. Or what, you know, what would they be giving to the world? Nice, Karen, fantastic. So you want to partner with some specialist fitness instructors through Essex? Great. So loving this clarity, guys. Really good. So yeah, here is if you want to kind of think, get this bigger vision locked down, complete this sentence. I see a world where ... So, you know, I can use a few live examples. Cameron, you know, something along the lines of, I see a world where, you know, young, you know, kids have access to great sport and coaching without any financial restraints, and as a result, go on to be amazing human beings who do great things for Australia. You know, or it could be even bigger than that. It could be, you know, I see a world where we run Australia's leading sports franchise that combines team building for corporations with gifting free sports and personal development to the communities. You know, something along those lines. Oh, nice. I want to write my kids' book. Okay, fantastic. So, Bex, I'm loving all these little bits, bringing all this together. So, inspiring through art, design, getting them involved, even though they don't see themselves creative. Brilliant. So, Bex, could be something like this. So, you know, where am I going with this? The bigger vision? Well, I see a world where everyone can express themselves and inspire others through art and design, even if they don't see themselves as creative. So often also you can start with your bigger vision. So, you know, it can be, you know, I see a world where everyone can, you know, be artistic and creative, even if they don't see themselves as that. So what I do is actually, I always make sure that whatever I'm doing, I give some kind of creative empowerment. That's whether I'm, you know, working as a graphic designer or whether I'm, you know, writing children's books. You know, all of this helps me to show up in the world in a way that I believe is important, which is, you know, that whatever your kind of core beliefs might be. So you can see, I hope you can see now as well. So it could start with a bigger vision. Brilliant. Bex wants to be on board, Panda. Mate, I saw the greatest, like, if you've never seen it, Chinese translation fails on board Panda. Holy fuck. It's one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. Michelle, that's awesome. So, so I see a world where there are Earth Angel sanctuaries around the world that help Earth Angels in need, you know, reconnect to their true purpose on this earth, to help others awaken to their true purpose, and ultimately serve the new world that we all want to see. So, you know, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Obviously, I'm just kind of like, what's that, freestyling on that as well. So good, really good, guys. So, can you see how these five sections can really allow you not just to communicate who you are, what you do really powerfully. Let me come back to you, so to speak. Come back to me, George. Hello. Whoa, Jesus. Technology's going crazy this evening. Let's bring this in. Let's wedge that there. Let's shimmy that here. And all right, so so can you see how these five sections, and there are little tweaks we can make here and there, but I hope you can see how, you know, already not only can it help you map out the foundations of your business going forward, and communicate to the world who you are, what you stand for, what you're known for, both from a products perspective and a values standpoint, and ultimately the bigger vision that will allow you to live your core beliefs and deliver on your promise of value. So, you know, I hope you can see where this is going. And, you know, I can see the kind of time pushing on toward 10 o'clock. So I want to respect your time and energy as well. So that's the session. And, you know, the more you play with this, the kind of clearer it's going to become, you know, like, so Michelle, you've got some bits that are clearly super clear, like your promise of value, very clear. Your big vision, very clear. You know, the values are still emerging, which is awesome. So, and Cam, again, you know, some bits were really, really strong. So loving this. And Bex, I'm loving all the kind of different elements that you could bring to the table. Very excited to see how that's going to land. Karen, I love your clarity as well. So really exciting. So guys, let me know how this is landed for you. Let me know if you've got any questions. Obviously, I don't need to go anywhere. I can be here for as long as you need me. But I just want to make sure that for those who do need to dash off and maybe sleep or whatever, then they get that opportunity. I'm just going to kind of switch over on the hub to welcome my non-screen sharing self back again. Hello, hub. How are you? So we're back. And obviously, you know, you can come back to this session. Definitely check out the Why, What, How session if you haven't already, because it will really feed into this as well. And yeah, you know, I feel like that's a very kind of simple way of getting some really powerful clarity. And ultimately, remember, guys, this is all about what we're doing now. Is all about confidence, having the confidence to go out into the world and start doing what you feel called to do. Okay, and so again, I hope this is giving you some kind of clarity, some sense of, I can see how this can start to come together now. Now let me go and do this. Okay, and I really encourage you, if you have got anything anywhere, I'm not sure about this, do reach out because do reach out either in the group or to myself on a call, on an email, and let's really kind of work through stuff so that, you know, come the end of these, you know, 30 or so days we're going to be together, you feel like this is it. I can crack on now, or crack on even more than I already have been. So cool. Let me know how you've been getting on. If you have any questions. How do I get on board Panda? Is that one of your questions? Could be. Well, Bex, you know, I'm sure with your talents, could you not create something that's even better than board Panda? Good. So, Cam enjoyed it. Good. Cool. Well, I think we're good. I think we're good. Thank you if you've been on the hub. It's been fantastic to have you. Thank you if you've been on the Book of Face. It's been fantastic to have you. Good. Fantastic. Michelle, like the big ups. You're going to pass out. Good, 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 good. I'm going to be doing the same after I've done my 15 minutes of exercise. How are you guys getting on with your transcendent commitments? I've been getting super on the Pilates. I found out, I think it's called IT band syndrome, which basically means that the bit that connects my hip and my knee is rubbing on my knee and giving me some pain. So I'm going to have to do something about that. But I can still do all the kind of Pilates, stuff like that. So it's good. Nice. So Tiffany was here as well. Fantastic. Brilliant. Brilliant. Fantastic. Yeah, Tiff, definitely. So, you know, this session we've done and the why, how really work together. And I think that will, the sense I get from, you know, the multitudinous talents that you have will really allow you to go, right, here's how I can actually bring all of this under one umbrella. Cool. So Bex wouldn't mind me the next J.K. Rowling, create numerous eco-housing estates with your billions. Mate, I'm on that as well. Let's create some eco-housing estates. I definitely want to create a village. That is, you know, Fan and I have got a really strong vision on that one. If you haven't checked them out, Bex, do check out the Anastasia books. Really worth checking out. They're super cool and quite weird and freaky, but really super freaking cool as well. So definitely check those out. In fact, anyone check out the Anastasia books. Michelle, have you read those? I guess they're kind of like visionary fiction. It seems like, feels like. Maybe, are they fiction? Are they true? They certainly seem it. Cool, guys. Massive love. Did I know? As I've just been talking there, I said I was going to link to some TED talk yesterday or something. Can anyone remember what was that? What was that? Bex, I swear you asked me to put the links in, and I said I would, and I totally forgot to. Hit me up on a comment, remind me what that was, and I'll do it. So sorry about that. And yeah, cool. Massive love. Go very well. Tomorrow, we take everything we've been doing now in this session, and we use it to create a pitch. So if you find yourself next to J.K. Rowling, or if you find yourself next to next to someone who can help you create your Earth Angel sanctuaries, boom, you can move them to tears in 90 seconds, and they help you to do it, basically. So yeah, we are going to be looking at your pitch tomorrow, which is going to be awesome. Cool. So guys, fantastic. I'll see you tomorrow. Any questions, any clarifications, do hit me up in all the various ways that exist. And I can't wait to keep serving. Lots of love. Go well.